Hey guys, Kapper here and welcome back. And today's video is going to be extremely interesting. It's another one of those once in a lifetime opportunities when it comes to buying and selling land and surveys. We documented kind of ad nauseum the importance of getting a survey when you buy a property or when you sell a property. But there's also what's called 4D chess, I guess, if you will, when it comes to land investing and surveys. We bought this land and we had intel and we rolled the dice. As Phil would do, we rolled the dice and we did not get a survey on this property prior to buying it. And the reason is we had intel that we thought it was going to lay out big, but we weren't sure. So we took a big risk, but today that risk is going to pay us back probably tenfold. Anyways, let's get into today's video about surveys, how they can kick you in the rear, how they can really make your life miserable, although every now and then they can actually give you a bonus in life, which fingers crossed that's going to happen for us in this particular land investment case. Let's get into it. Thanks a lot.
All right, so if you're new to the channel, welcome. We've been doing a land management project for over a year now. It was called Project 291, and the reason it was called that was because it was, at least by deed, we purchased 291 acres here in southern Illinois. But when we bought it, we had to make the decision of, okay, do we want to require the sellers to give us a survey, at their cost or our cost, or we split the cost? Or do we roll the dice and go with what's called the original meets and bounds description, which is a whole nother topic, but basically it's kind of the old school way that they described the land. It said, 291 acres and here's the boundaries. And sometimes it would be like starting at the lower end of the big creek rock, up the ridge to literally like a grove of certain trees. Very, very archaic. Anyways, we decided not to pay for and get a survey for the 291 acres because I had some intelligence that in that particular area, these land quadrants were laying out big. What I mean by that is the first two parcels that Curtis Rogers, who was the real estate agent, he sold. So when he sold like a 20 or a 40 and had them officially surveyed, each one came out bigger. So as an example, one of the 40 acre parcels came out to be like 42 and a half acres. And then one of the 20 acre parcels that he sold prior to us buying it again came out to be bigger. I don't remember if it was like 21 and a half or 22 acres. So that gave me the intel that, hey, this particular area, by the way they laid it out, these plots are laying out big. So that's why we decided, all right, let's take the chance. We're not going to get a survey. We're going to pay a per acre price for the 291 acres, which we did. We paid $2,500 an acre. And then we started our land management project and we subdivided it into lots. And sure enough, the first few lots, first we sold a 20 that actually turned out to be around 22 acres. And then we sold a 30 acre piece, which that one was 30 acres because that's what we sold. But I had a suspicion that the rest of the 291 acres was going to lay out big. And boy, it sure did. This was our biggest bonus ever in our land investing life so far. So the long and the short of it is we ended up with over 22 acres of bonus land. So the remaining parcel that was 264 acres was only supposed to be, I think, 241 or 42 after you deduct what we sold, the first two parcels. So we were having the 242 acre parcel surveyed and it came out to be over 264 acres. Now at $2,500 an acre, that's a $60-some thousand profit in our pocket, and we paid like $4,700 for the survey. So it was money well spent for the survey. And even though towards the end of this project we couldn't sell the last piece, so we had to basically break even on it, we still came out ahead, you know, $60-some thousand because there was over 22 acres of extra land after having it legally surveyed compared to the old meets and bounds description, the deed description from when we bought it. So just in and of itself, you know, we made over $60,000 just by having the intel, just by paying attention to the other land surveys. And yeah, we had to roll the dice, but if every single 20 acre and 40 acre survey is coming out big in an area, well, you can kind of likely surmise that, hey, the rest of it's going to come out big. And it did. It came out, you know, like I said, we made over 22 extra acres over what we bought. And then of course when we sold it, you know, we sold the exact per acre price, so we were able to capitalize on that. That really helped us on this project. We still would have made some money on it, but not nearly as much as if we would have had this survey bonus. So surveys are a double-edged sword, but we recommend getting a survey on every single piece of property you buy, unless, you know, you're like in our shoes or you got some info that you think it's going to lay out big and it'll work in your favor. But it could work the opposite way. You know, you could pay for land and it could survey short and now you're losing money. So hope this helps you on land buying and surveys and that. Best of luck with your land searches. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, hit the like button if you enjoy our stuff. And hey, consider subscribing. I hope to see you on a future video. Thanks a lot. All right, Curtis has arrived. He's got the ATV, putting the big seat on. And then I'm going to run the rake over it. I'm going to work it in a little. Then we're going to put some small seed on. And then after that, the pH, the plant agra, what's it called? pH something or other. pH agra. Anyways, that goes on last. That's the way it's designed, to not disturb the dirt once you put that stuff on, the pH fixer. So that's the plan for today. We're going to just knock them one at a time.